students for the class of 2024. My name is Mr. McDonald. I'm the principal here at ORHS High School, and I want to welcome you into our Wildcat family. The next 4 years are going to go by in a blur, and I know it's hard to believe, but today you're going to be dropping them off as freshmen, and you're going to blink your eyes, and we're going to be walking across the stage at Blankenship and receiving their diploma. I want to thank you for participating in this video. I want to welcome you into our family, and I hope that you are ready for this journey to begin. I know that we are here at ORHS High School. A few words I just want to say about what to expect in this upcoming school year. We've been working on a theme this year around connectivity and connectedness. So we're really going to be working on building relationships with our students, with each other, making connections to our past, our present, and our future. We're also talking about connectedness in the terms of virtual learning and remote learning. In the event that we have to close school buildings for any reasons and we move into that virtual space, we want to make sure that our teachers are ready to rise to that challenge to provide the same high quality public education that you know and expect from ORHS High School. So those are some of the themes that we're going to be working on this year. Another theme that you'll see as you're in and around our building this year is we're really working on the culture and the climate of our building. We've done some assessments. We feel like our building, although beautiful and world-class in the facility that we have around us, it oftentimes can feel a little bit sterile. We're looking at ways to try to increase our sense of school belonging and school spirit and school pride throughout our building. So we'll be devoting a lot of resources this year into updating our facility and utilizing this space to promote a sense of togetherness and belonging and school spirit. I'm really excited about this initiative and where we're headed with that. You'll see a lot of that as you progress throughout the year here at ORHS High School. We're also very excited to be celebrating the 65-year anniversary of the integration of the first public high school in the South. ORHS High School was the very first to integrate in 1955, 2 years before Little Rock, Arkansas, and 1 year before Clinton. And we're going to be doing a lot of celebrations and recognitions of those trailblazers who led the way for our community from Scarborough, the Scarborough 85. And we'll be doing stuff throughout the year to celebrate that historic event. When you're coming in, I know it can be very scary to go transition from middle school to high school. I think anytime there's a transition, there's a lot of anxiety that goes along with that. I know as a parent, I was very anxious when I transitioned from Woodland to Jefferson with my own children, and I'm sure several of you are probably feeling the same way. I want to do the very best that I can to mitigate those fears that you might have. We are so excited about your students coming to us. We are committed to their success, and we want to do everything that we can to partner with you and with them to help them achieve their dreams. And I think that will be something that you'll see as evident as soon as you get on our campus. Of course, we're going to have some differences on our campus this year. As you're aware, there's this global pandemic that's going around us, and we're doing our very best to develop and implement safety protocols to keep all of our children safe and all of our staff safe here at ORHS High School. These will be visible from the very start of the school year. I've sent out a couple parent letters about that you can read about some of those protocols, but I wanted to take a minute just to review some of those. So we will be conducting temperature checks of all of our students and all of our staff at the beginning of the day before they arrive onto campus. We are mandating the use of face coverings now. That face coverings we have a little bit of flexibility with. We will be using cloth masks. We'll be using gaiters, neck gaiters that can be pulled up over the nose and mouth. We'll also be allowing face shields. So regardless of what works best for your student, we want to make sure that we're protecting them and protecting the others around them. So we'll have those safety procedures in place and many others. Additional hand sanitizing stations all around our building, new protocols about how we're moving in between classes and in our common spaces. We will be mandating those mask uses, especially where social distancing just isn't available to us due to the size of our school and the size of our population. We do have an exciting option for our parents as well with ConnectOR. This is the very first year of ConnectOR. It's an online platform utilizing Apex that will allow our students to take their classes remotely from home. We've got a plethora of courses that are available from that at a variety of different levels, from the CP to the honors to the AP level. We've been very purposeful in trying to provide a wide berth of courses to meet the graduation needs of all of our students, and our counselors are committed to working with you and your families on deciding if that's the right option for you. So with all that said, I just again want to welcome you to the Oak Ridge High School and Oak Ridge Wildcat family. And I look forward to meeting you in person and working with you in this 4-year journey toward your child's success. Thank you very much.
Hello parents, my name is Stephanie Thompson and I am the assistant principal for the class of 2024. It will be my job to lead this class to June of 24 when your students will graduate from Oak Ridge High School. Between now and then, we have an incredible journey before us. One of the most important things a parent can do is to stay in communication with everything that's going on at school. During COVID-19, that may seem a little challenging. However, we have things in place right now that will allow you to communicate on a regular basis and know exactly what's going on with the class of 2024. Every Monday morning, your email will have an electronic newsletter called the Wildcat iNews. The iNews has become a very popular electronic medium to share what is happening with your students that they won't tell you, and to celebrate the incredible things our students do. So we hope you'll watch for your email on Monday mornings at 7 a.m. when the iNews will hit your box. With that said, it's very important that your email address is correct in Skyward. So we would hope that you will check Skyward and make sure that that is correct and that your phone numbers are correct as well. Secondly, for the class of 24, I have set up a Facebook page for the parents. It's a closed group, and it's just entitled ORHS Class of 2024. About 120 of you have already joined the group, but we will hope that you will join that group and be able to allow me to communicate with you, share pictures of your kids of what's happening during the school day. In addition, I'd love for you to follow me on Twitter at the Oak Ridge High School Class of 2024. See, I'm not creative. It's the same title, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. All of those names are exactly the same. So get ready. We're going to take this journey together. Feel free to contact me anytime.
Good morning, my name is Jutta Banks and I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Oak Ridge High School PTSO. I've put a little information together for you, so let me share my screen real quick. Alrighty. So Oak Ridge High School PTSO stands for Parent Teacher Student Organization. As I mentioned already, I would like to welcome you on behalf of PTSO. My name is Jutta Banks and I'm currently serving as the president of the organization. So what do? We discuss issues and concerns at monthly meetings. We inform parents and guardians through social media and newsletters. We also usually sponsor the open house, although this year is different, clearly. And we also offer parent seminars throughout the year on various topics. What do we do as well? Well, we show appreciation to our staff members, teachers, support staff, administrators. We hold usually 3 to 4 hospitality events throughout the year. We also celebrate the success of the seniors by holding what's called senior tea. And we're also working on passing out senior packets when it comes time for the students to graduate. In addition, we also fund teacher grant requests for materials, supplies that are not covered through the budget. We have monthly meetings, at this time virtual, where you can learn more about current issues and you can also ask questions that you may have. So you really learn a lot of things at these meetings. These meetings are announced through social media and also in Oak Ridge High School's weekly iNews. That iNewsletter is something you want to keep your eyes out. It comes out every Monday, has lots and lots of great information. You can find our website, PTSO website, a couple different ways. You can go to the school website, ortn.edu/high school. Then go to the community drop-down, and at the very bottom, there is a link to PTSO. You can also go directly to our website, orhs-ptso.org. There's some other ways how you can connect with us. We have a Twitter account. We have a Facebook page where we share information. We also have a Facebook page where you can ask questions, discuss issues among yourselves. Just really, there's much to get involved and just take advantage of all the options. You can also email us directly at ptso.orhs@gmail.com with any kind of questions, concerns that you may have. So we really need you to get involved, help with events, projects, as I said, hospitality events, teacher grants. You can help us share and promote school information. Currently, we're needing volunteers in the following committees: hospitality, membership, newsletter, teacher grants, and volunteer coordination. And there's really a lot of opportunities to get involved that don't take a lot of your time. You can do many of the things from home even. So just take advantage of it, be involved, and meet some other parents. We also currently need some officers. So at one of our next meetings, we will be holding elections. At this time, we need a new president, vice president, and a secretary. So if you're interested in that or have questions, please send me an email. We also would like to ask for your support. Donations are the only source of funds that we have. Any kind of financial and in-kind donations throughout the year are welcome. Sometimes we might do a shout out that certain supplies are needed and ask that parents send something in. Like usually during flu season, we ask for wipes and Kleenexes and so forth. All of your donations are tax deductible since ORHS PTSO is a 501c3 charitable organization. You can also send monetary support. You can mail a check to the high school or just send it in with your student and they put it in our mailbox. You can donate via PayPal, really easy. And I added the link here on our website. There is a button where you can directly donate. You can also talk to your employer. We know that ORNL, for example, has a matching funds program where if you donate a certain amount of time, ORNL will match that as well. So that's a wonderful opportunity. And I added the link on the ORNL website where you can learn some more about that. So let me say again, welcome. We're glad you're here. And I'm looking forward to talking with you. And please do let me know if you have any kind of questions. Thank you.
Welcome, class of 2024 parents. My name is Amber Roberts, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Oak Ridge High School. Currently, I serve the class of 2021, this year's senior class. I'm also the curriculum principal here at Oak Ridge High School, which means I work very closely with our school counselors. Up next, you'll see a presentation they prepared for our virtual freshman orientation. That is the same information they're presenting live in person to our students who attended the in-person orientation today. We thought it was good to include it here in this parent orientation because it has such valuable information about graduation requirements, course offerings, and ways that our school counseling office can be of service to our students and also to you. We hope that you enjoy it and find it informational. Following the counselor's presentation, we'll have a presentation by Dr. Olivia Ritter, our school's technology coach, where she'll talk to you a little bit about Skyward and also about Canvas. And lastly, you'll see a presentation from Ms. Estep and Ms. Thacker regarding attendance procedures here at the high school. Again, my name is Amber Roberts. If you have any questions, you may always feel free to reach out to me. Welcome to Oak Ridge High School. Roll Wildcats roll.
Hi, my name is Ms. Ottinger, and I am one of the counselors here at Oak Ridge High School. We want to welcome all of our new students to Oak Ridge High School for the 2020-2021 school year. This is our virtual orientation, and we're going to go over some important information that you need to know about the counseling department. The first thing we want to do is introduce you to all of our school counselors. We are organized by alphabet, and our first counselor is Ms. Taylor, and she works with students with last name A through D. Our next counselor is Ms. Benowitz, and she works with students whose last names are D-I through I. And I'm Ms. Ottinger. I work with students with last names J through M. Then we have Ms. Rowland, who works with students who have the last name N through SH. And our final school counselor is Ms. Foster, and she works with students whose last names are S-I through Z. In addition, in our office, we have our social worker, whose name is Ms. King. You can see her pictured here, and she works with all students in the building. And then we also have 2 support staff members that help in our office named Ms. Campbell and Ms. Morris, and they'll be in here to assist you as well.
So I'm going to go over your graduation requirements for Oak Ridge High School. In order to earn a high school diploma from ORHS, you have to earn 22 credits, and they are specific credits. We'll go over those here, and you'll see those along the way. Ms. Benowitz is going to talk about a 4-year plan sheet. You're going to see those on there. Every year we will make sure that you are on track to graduate based on these requirements. But just remember, ultimately, it is up to you to make sure that you have everything you need to graduate. We always need to be double checked. First of all, you can see you need 4 credits of English, so you will be taking an English class every year of high school. You need 4 credits in math. That includes all the way up to Algebra 2, and then 1 math beyond Algebra 2. You also have to be enrolled in a math every year. So if you're someone that has earned more than 4 credits by the time you're a senior, you still have to be enrolled in a math your senior year. You need 3 science credits. 1 of those is biology, 1 of those is chemistry or physics, and then a 3rd science beyond those 2. Your social studies requirements, you need 3.5 credits. You can see there you need a semester of government, a semester of personal finance, you need a semester of econ, and then you need a full credit of world history or European history, or you can take AP Human Geography your senior year, and then you also need a full credit of US history. Your lifetime wellness credits, everyone will take a semester of health, which we call Wellness A. You need a semester of PE, which we call Wellness B, and then you need an additional PE credit. You can earn that additional PE credit by taking a walking class called Walking Wellness C at lunch. You can get that by playing an Oak Ridge High School sponsored sport, or you can march in the band. You can also earn those credits, Wellness B and Wellness C, through ROTC. You need 2 credits in the same world language. We offer French, German, or Spanish. You need two of those, 2 in the same language. You have to have 1 fine art, and then you also have to have an area of focus. You have to have 3 credits that fall in the same area of focus, and Ms. Benowitz is going to talk about that next. The last thing that you're going to need for graduation is everyone must take either the ACT or the SAT in order to get a high school diploma.
All right, so all students must have an area of focus for graduation, and these are 3 electives that fall under the same area of study, and these courses have to be above the core requirements that Ms. Taylor just reviewed with you as far as the graduation requirements. So you can see that we offer many different areas of focus here at Oak Ridge High School. This is something that you will discuss with your counselor, so it is important to maybe have an idea of maybe where your interests lie. Sometimes that interest may change when you become a sophomore, but do know that for graduation, you must complete an area of focus, and that is those 3 credits that fall underneath the cluster area. Those must be met in order to meet that graduation requirement. And then I'll talk a little bit about how this is important when we talk about 4-year planning. So developing a 4-year course of study is a vital piece of helping students kind of map out which direction they want to go and making sure they're on an accurate pathway here while at the high school. This is something that we develop with our freshmen. So we start freshman year and work with each student individually to map out their 4 years while here at high school. It's important to remember that this is just a plan. This is not something that is set in stone. So this is something that when we update it, we do make sure that students realize that this can change at any time. It's really important that we meet with every freshman. So this is something that we will do between fall break and winter break. We individually meet with each freshman to review the 4-year plan and to develop it through their senior year, and also talk about their post-secondary plans, whether that's career or going to college or going to technical school. This is also a time where we review the graduation requirements. But again, ultimately, it's up to you and your parents to make sure that you're meeting those each year of high school. So again, we'll be developing this plan with you between individually sometime between fall break and winter break.
Hi, I'm going to talk about schedule changes, and this is very important to pay attention to because you may need to utilize this the first 10 days of school. So the master schedule is based entirely upon your registration that we did in the spring with you. And so that means that the courses were developed because you chose those courses. So we really discourage you changing your schedule because that might lower some averages in classes, that type of thing. So just keep that in mind. The schedule change window for parents and students, the schedule change request forms are out right now on Skyward, but we must be received by 3:30 on August 12th, and that's a hard deadline. There's no changes after that unless your teacher requests that. This form is available in the counseling office, or it is available right now online in the Skyward Family Access online forums. So, and then after school starts, those 10 days after school starts, you will have an opportunity to change your schedule, but you have to have the teacher sign off on that so that you can change your schedule. So just keep that in mind. If you wait until school starts, you're going to have a teacher sign the form saying that you can change your schedule. Teachers may recommend a class change for the student through midterm of term 1, also midterm of term 3 for semester classes only.
Hi, I'm going to speak to you about your GPA and why it's important for scholarships and college admissions. Your GPA stands for your grade point average, and it's one of the main criteria that colleges and scholarship committees consider when awarding you admission to college and or giving you their scholarship dollars. So it's very important that you take your grades seriously. In Tennessee, we have the Tennessee Hope Lottery, and in order to receive that scholarship, you must earn a GPA of 3.0 unweighted, which means there's no weighting to the GPA, even with honors and AP classes, or you must have a 21 ACT. You typically will start taking your ACT in your junior and senior year, and the state of Tennessee provides 2 free ACT tests to each student, one in their junior year and one in their senior year. We've given you a couple of examples of how important your GPA can be and how it varies with college admissions. So at the bottom of the screen, you will see that for UT Knoxville, the core GPA or the core weighted GPA, which UT uses, is a typical 3.9, and their average ACT score is a 27. However, UT Chattanooga, you can earn a 2.85 GPA and have an ACT of 18, or a lower GPA of 2.5, but a higher ACT of 21. Those are required for admissions to UT Chattanooga. Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee has different criteria, as you can see on the screen, and ETSU is a separate example. So as you can see, your GPA is important based on what type and caliber of college you're planning to attend. Here we've provided you with the GPA scale, and each GPA or each class has a different weighting. Your workshop, general, and CP classes have a grading scale of A through F, and those are just regular classes. There is no extra weighting to those classes. If you take any courses with an advanced description, they receive an extra 0.25 in the GPA calculation. Honors receive an extra 0.5. Your capstone industry certifications through your CTE courses get an extra 0.5. We have some classes that are statewide dual credit. They earn an extra 0.75. And then our dual enrollment classes, which are college level classes that you take through Roane State, and one math class through Tennessee Tech University, give you an extra 1 point weighting, as well as advanced placement, which are college level courses. You can find more information about the GPA scale here in the academic planning guide that will be loaded on your computer or laptop homepage.
Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about is preparing for life after high school. And we understand that for some of you that seems like a long way off, but high school flies by. So we want to make sure that you are prepared and know some of the main things that we as counselors want to communicate to you. So one of our biggest things that we talk about here in the counseling office is making sure that you as students have a balanced schedule, meaning you're not overwhelming yourself with too many AP or honors, but that you're also taking enough classes to challenge yourself. We also want to make sure that as you are picking your classes each year, that you balance your school academics with what you're doing outside of school. So if you play a lot of sports or you have a job or you're really involved in clubs, you need to take that into consideration as you pick your classes, because you always need to think about how much time you're going to spend doing your homework versus doing your outside responsibilities. The next thing we want to cover quickly is that you should talk with your counselor when you meet with us about a college and career software that we use called Naviance. You're going to use it quite a bit once you get to be a senior, because we handle all of your letters of recommendation and your transcripts through that program. But we will be visiting your freshman guided studies this year to go ahead and do some college and career interest inventories through that program, so you will all get familiar with that. And we can always help you with that if you have any more questions. And the last thing as part of this virtual orientation is please know that you are not alone in all of this. Spend some time getting to know the adults that are here to help you. So that means reach out and get to know your counselor, get to know your grade level administrator. We are here to help you through this process. We know it can be scary. So if you do need to meet with your counselor, if you're a Connect OR student, you can always reach out to us via email or whatever way is most convenient for you. If you are a student that's attending school here in the building, then just stop by the counseling office before school, after school, or during your lunch and talk with Ms. Campbell about getting an appointment to see one of us, and she will give you a pass or have a pass delivered to your class, and we'll call you down. You'll be excused from class during that time that you meet with us, and then we will send you a pass back to class. So we look forward to getting to know all of you. We're excited to welcome you to Oak Ridge High School, and just know that if you have any questions through this whole process, you can always visit your counselor. Thank you guys. Bye.
Hi, my name is Dr. Olivia Ritter. I would like to welcome you to Oak Ridge High School. I'm going to first tell you about Skyward. Skyward is what we will use for official grades and attendance. It is also how you'll get communication from the school, so make sure your contact information is always up to date. Parents and students can use this to monitor students' progress and also attendance. Skyward is available on computers or also as a phone application. There's a link to Skyward on the online at ORHS site, as well as Clever. Canvas is our learning management system. This can be accessed through Clever or online at ORHS. It's mainly for students, but parents can also use this to see what's going on in students' classes. Canvas is a great way to keep up with assignments, announcements, assessments, and other content that the teachers will provide the students. There's also a phone application available. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss anything important. Again, my name is Dr. Olivia Ritter. I'm the new instructional technology coach here at Oak Ridge High School. My office is just inside the library. You can call me at 865-425-9587 or email at onritter@ortn.edu.
Hi, my name is Beth Eastep. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Oak Ridge High School. I work with the junior class this year, but one of my other important roles here at Oak Ridge High School is working with Ms. Thacker, who is our attendance coordinator, and Ms. King, who is our social worker in the area of student attendance. So I just have a couple of things to share to help with that information. In terms of absence notes, when a student is absent, the note needs to be submitted within 3 days. That can be a parent note or a note from a doctor or a court or any of those things that would excuse an absence. Parents have up to 7 parent notes to write. So you can also email that if that's easier for you, to let Ms. Thacker know where your child was ill. At Oak Ridge High School, it's a little bit different than middle school. Our school notes need to be turned in to the attendance office. There's a lockbox, as well as, again, you could use the email option. You do have up to 7 notes to use for illness to excuse your child from school. In terms of early dismissal, if your child is going to be checking out, say maybe to go to the dentist or a doctor's appointment, and they're going to be checking out of school later in the day, please have them come in the morning to get that established. Ms. Thacker can write them a note so that when it's time to leave, they can get, they'll have that note to show their teacher, and that sort of expedites the process so that they can get on to their appointment. So make sure they check in the office before school to get a note if they're checking out during the school day. Really important, if your child has a sporting event or a practice to attend, students must be present all day to attend practice or play in games. Student athletes have to check in no later than 8:15 unless they have an excuse note. So if your child is late for school, say they get there at 9 o'clock, then that afternoon they would not be eligible to go to practice. Or if they had a game, they would not be eligible to play. So it's really important that they're on time and that they're present all day on game day, unless there's an excuse. In terms of tardies, our school starts at 7:50, so students need to be in class at 7:50. Students arriving after 8 o'clock must come through the attendance office to check in and get a pass to class. If they try to go to class without a pass, they will be sent back to the attendance office. So if they come in after 8, anytime between 7:50 and 8, they can just go to first period and take the tardy. With the exception of first period, if students are late by more than 10 minutes, they'll be considered skipping. So if a student is late to second period or third period, over 10 minutes, that would be considered a skip of the period. It's really important for students to be in class to maximize their learning. In terms of unexcused absences and truancy, we have at 5 unexcused absences, parents will be required to participate in a meeting with the student's administrator, with Ms. King, to talk about an attendance contract. We had lots of these meetings last year, and one of the main things that comes out of these meetings is students not submitting notes. So that's something that we want to get ahead of. So if your child is absent, again, please submit a parent note. Please make sure you get that doctor's note in within 3 days. And you do have up to 7 parent notes. At 7 unexcused absences, Oak Ridge High School refers the students to a district level truancy review and support meeting. So that's something that would be attended by usually me, as well as you would be asked to attend with your child. And Mr. Lay leads those meetings and will talk to you about signing a diversion with the district attorney's office, so that that helps us to create a plan to support your child and to support you and to help you figure out what's going on and make sure that we're getting students at school. At 10 unexcused absences, students and parents may be referred for charges in court. Students can be referred in juvenile court, and then parents would be potentially referred to general court. So obviously we want to avoid that as much as we can. And I think the main thing that we want to see is communication. So if there's an issue, if you're struggling with your child, if your child is struggling with school in some way, we really want to be a support to you and to help you with that. We are, sometimes have to be the bad guys, but what we really want to do is help our students and encourage our students to be at school so that they can learn and have those positive experiences. So please know that, anytime you have questions about attendance, it's fine to reach out to me or to Ms. Thacker or to your student's administrator or counselor. Thank you.